Alright guys, before I get started showing you my squads, you can probably see what they are already. I've got a 4-4-2 Russian squad. I'm building a silver tip squad, and I have a 4-5-1 bronze British squad. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some stuff about my club real quick. My favorite team is Everton. I have the 2 Everton kits and the Everton badge there. The name is Gaston FC. That's my gamer tag. That's my record down there. It's really good, but I haven't played much on this account. I got 29 trophies. That's how I make my monies in tournaments. However, I've squandered a good 300k away in packs, so don't expect the best of players here. Let's go ahead and start off with the one I use the most, which would be the Russian squad. This is my main gold squad. Now, let me go ahead and put in the players that I usually start. It should look something along these lines. Now, as you'll notice, I have Honda. He's injured. I could have gotten an inform Honda with the money I got from that Puyol, as you saw in episode 1, but I decided I'd go ahead and open some more packs for you guys. Because, I mean, he did come from a pack, therefore it would only be right that that money went to a pack. So, I've got Inform Kazurkov. Now, I think this is the most underrated player I've ever played with. He's only an 84 overall. He's got 87 shot, and if you look at his in-game stats, I think he has 98 finishing. He's just an absolutely unbelievable player. He's like 6'2". He's really, really strong. His heading's not fantastic, but since he's 6'2", it makes up for that to where he can and pose a significant aerial threat. His dribbling's not that great, but he's really strong. He's got really good passing for a striker, so if you're into tramps, you can do that. I didn't mean to pick him up. Go away. And now, I've had on my team, I've had Fernando Torres, I've had Nicolas Anelka, I've had Tevez, so I haven't had anyone fantastic. I haven't had any of the 88s or higher, but I've had some really, really good players. And this is by far my favorite out of those 4. Oh, and Dzeko. Out of all those players, this is my favorite striker. He's just an absolute monster. He's got stats comparable to an 87 in gold, or maybe an 86. Now, Pavlyuchenko, for the price, he's not really worth it, but you don't have much other options when you're building a Russian team. He cost me, I think, around 30k. Let me go ahead and look. Yeah, 30k, 29,000. And his stats are really good, but he's got great heading, so he's a really good aerial threat. But he's kind of weak, and his dribbling skills, like, kind of reflect that. His dribbling's okay, I mean, if you look at the stat, but since he's weak, he gets pushed off the ball a lot, which is why before pretty much every game I go into, I like to put a dribbling card on him, and that turns him into a really effective player. Not quite as good as Kurzakov, but he is still a really good player with that dribbling bonus. Also, he's kind of slow, which does count against him significantly, since usually people who are weak need to have pace to make up for it. And Kurzakov I bought for 10,000, which is an absolute bargain. Now, I'm not going to talk about much other people. Arshavin, not really confident how to pronounce that. Needs no introduction. Won't really talk about him. Fantastic player. Honda has fantastic free kicks. Really, really good. An informed Honda, I've had him before. His free kicks on the informed Honda are, in my opinion, better than Ronaldo's or anyone else you can really name of. Probably the best on the game that I've seen so far, but I haven't really played with a whole lot of really good free kick takers. Danny, great player. Bystrov, 91 pace. Pretty much self-explanatory, running up the wings, crossing it into Pavlyuchenko and Kurzakov, good aerial threat. Now I've got a Premier League left back here just because I have Arshavin in here, and it doesn't affect chemistry that bad. You see he's got 7 chemistry. But I can sometimes switch these around to get the best chemistry between my midfield, and usually I can get it pretty good. I think that's the best I can get. And Dani Alves, Russian league player from Portugal. Good center back. This guy is a monster off corners. 84 heading. That's really complimented by the fact that he is super tall. Let me see if I can find. It's like 6'3". He's just an absolute monster. He can muscle out pretty much anyone in the game. Really big Russian beast. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to get this off. There we go. Bruno Alves. I might have said Dani Alves before, but Bruno Alves, 89 heading. You're not going to score a corner on me with these two guys here. Bruno Alves, only 78 defense. Not that great. He's not that big. But for what I had to work with the Russian Martial League, he does the job. And then this guy is just there filling a spot. I got Martins to bring in. That's the Russian League version of Martins. 90 pace, just over the top through balls with these two superb midfielders. Really good. Lacks really an aerial threat, which is why I have him on the bench, because I like to run up the wings and cross it in. Just because I don't really have much other options with this team. This mediocre. I don't have skill moves, and I can't really sweat it out as good as I could with the Premier League team. And these are just my subs, not that important. Some silver players. This right back is really actually good. And then Zirkov, once again, needs no introduction. Really great player. And if you're wondering why Rashitsky in here, he was the first player I bought when building my Premier League team. And I'll never sell him because he's been there all the way and he's scored a lot of goals for me. So let's go ahead and go to our next team, which will be in the next episode, actually. This is getting a little long. So stay tuned for episode 2, where I'll talk about my Silver Tip League team.